welcome to my site. My name is Kieran Finn. I just want to take a couple of minutes to share a couple of ideas with you. If you run a business, I'm probably talking more offline here than anything else, but I guess they're all linked nowadays. And you're looking at a few ideas to increase your sales turnover. Well, I'm going to share a couple of ideas with you that might seem like they're very, very obvious, but I'm guessing they're not that obvious because my experience, and I'm sure yours is when you go to other businesses, is that very few businesses do this well. So bear with me for a couple of minutes and look, I know the title of this video might seem a little bit hypey, 4 tips to double your retail sales. Obviously not every business is going to double their retail sales with a few tips. But I would suggest that a lot of businesses will go out of business if they don't follow these tips, so take it as you will. Anyway, let's cut to the chase. Whatever business you're in, and I'm talking from the perspective of a customer here, the starting point is your location. I'm assuming you've got a decent location, that gets you your traffic. People walk into your restaurant, your hairdressers, your coffee shop, your clothes store or whatever it is, and they have an experience. What happens next? And this is where it's interesting. What happens next is they'll either return, they'll refer you, or they'll bag you. Now in the old days, we're talking 3 years ago. In the old days, they would wander away, maybe tell a couple of people and not come back, and you'd never know the difference. Nowadays, their experience will be compounded, and what I mean by that is that you go to a restaurant or you go anywhere and you've got the ubiquitous mobile phone with you or your iPad or something. And I'll give you an example of a restaurant. We went to a restaurant quite recently, you've got the mobile phone, you take a picture of each other at the restaurant. If it's a romantic engagement, you might put a status update which pops up onto your Facebook page as to where you are. And we went to a restaurant recently where we had a pretty bad experience, and normally you don't want to sort of complain and it's all, a bit too hard. But we thought, okay, no, this is really bad. So just a little bit of a status update about how this must be the worst restaurant in Perth and blah, blah, blah. And that then gets retweeted or it gets shared around with your friends who then share it around with their friends, and then they make a comment about how they had a similar experience, and someone else pops in and says, you should try such and such a one. And the compound effect of that, or the leveraged effect, is phenomenal. And if you're a business, you've got to be aware of the fact that whatever they experience when they come into your place, if it's good or bad, will reverberate and it will have implications for you. So anyway, let's come to the 4 tips. Tip number 1, I believe you should give the client, prospect, person who walks into your place a uniquely positive experience. What does uniquely positive mean? It means completely different to what they expect or what they get from other people. The easiest way to do that is to actually care. Train your staff, if you're not there, to be as friendly and authentic as possible. That might seem obvious. I'll tell you what, if your experience is anything like mine, most staff couldn't care less, and it's a uniquely negative experience when you go into a lot of places. Second, this is fairly obvious, but deliver what you promise. Doesn't matter how friendly you are, if you've promised someone a haircut and you botch it up, well, nothing you do is going to overcome that, but I'm assuming that that's taken care of. Tip 3, ask for feedback. One of the reasons that 2 reasons that people don't ask for feedback is, one is they don't care. It doesn't occur to them to ask for feedback. And the second is they're afraid that the feedback will be bad. Well, the good thing about bad feedback is you can rectify it if you care about it. If you don't ask for it, well, as I said, a lot of people will forgive you if you ask for feedback and you deal with the feedback. If you apologise and explain to them why your experience was poor or what they're going to do about it, people will be more forgiving. And tip 4, create future engagement. In other words, lay the seeds down for future engagement. What do I mean by that? After you've asked for feedback, give them a card, give them a business card, not with your number and your address, they know where that is, with their Facebook page or with your Facebook page. Ask them to pop onto your site if they've liked their experience, to give you a like. And you know what? People will engage with that, and most businesses don't do it. And if I jump onto your business site, your Facebook page, and it's got 14,000 likes and 50 dislikes, there'll always be some people who'll just dislike you just for the sake of it. That makes a difference, you know, and people feel like they're included. It's a bit like Apple, you know, people, they buy the brand for whatever reason. Apple might be no different to Samsung. I don't know if there's a massive difference, but there's a massive difference in the marketplace as to how people feel about the brand. You can do that with your brand. Anyway, I've gone on a little bit too long. I wish you well in your business. Look, I know you know those tips, but it's a matter of applying it. So if you like this video, yeah, maybe give us a like as well. All right. Okay, there's a few links below. If you want to click through, you can link through to a few other things that we're doing. Okay, take care, and I hope life's treating you well.